I've been using FundedTraderMarkets for the past 30 days and now I'm ready to tell you my honest review. First, I'm gonna give you an overview of this profile. Then, I'm gonna show you what type of challenges they offer and what are the rules that you need to follow. After that, I'm going to log in my account to show you the backends and also to give you an idea of the assets that you can trade and the type of spreads that you can expect to get. And finally, I'm gonna tell you what in my opinion are all the pros and cons about using FundedTraderMarkets. Also, if at any point during this video you would like to try FundedTraderMarkets, you can do so by clicking the first link in the video description and using the coupon code that you find there. Following those steps will allow you to purchase a challenge at the best possible prices. So, if you're serious about trying this profile, I suggest you follow those steps. And now, let's start with the review. So I'm currently on the home page of FundedTraderMarkets, and a few of the things that we can immediately notice is that they are available in more than 140 countries, United States included. They offer a 24 hours payout guarantee. In fact, if it takes more than 24 hours for you to receive your payouts, they're willing to double it to show you how committed they are in giving you your money in the fastest way possible. Not only that, they also offer payout on demand. Additionally, as we can see on this page, currently FundedTraderMarkets has more than 200 reviews with an average score of 4.5, which of course is a sign of a trustworthy profile. Other characteristics that I found interesting about FundedTraderMarkets is the fact that they offer swap-free trading, so this means that if you hold a trade overnight, you won't be charged any fee, while when it comes to trading platform, they allow you to trade on CTrader, MatchTrader, TradeLocker, and Platform 5. But it's important to notice that CTrader and Platform 5 are not available for traders from United States, while MatchTrader and TradeLocker are. The last thing I would like to point out about FundedTraderMarkets before showing you the type of challenges that they offer is their scaling plan, because in my opinion it offers a lot of benefits to the traders that can prove to be profitable long term. In fact, as you can see, there are 3 different levels: Pioneer, Legend, and VIP. And at the beginning you will start with an initial balance of plus 30%. You can reach a profit split of up to 100%. Initially your daily drawdown won't be increased, but your maximum daily drawdown is going to be increased by 1%, giving you a bit more room for errors. Then you're gonna be able to request payouts on demand. You can get a monthly salary of up to $1,000, which when it comes to online prop firms is pretty rare. In fact, there are not a lot of firms that are willing to pay a monthly salary to their profitable trader. You can get a free challenge in case your account fail, and in this case you don't get a personal rep. When it comes to the next level, which is the Legend, as you can see, your initial balance is gonna be increased by 35%. You still have a profit split of up to 100%. Now your daily drawdown is also increased by 1%. Your max drawdown is also increased by 1%. You have payout on demand. Your monthly salary now starts reaching $3,000 a month, which in my opinion is pretty good and probably allow you to cover all your daily expenses in most of the world. You still have a free account in case you fail, and you don't have a personal rep. Now, when it comes to the last level, which is the VIP, in this case you're gonna have an account increase of 40%, your profit split is still gonna be up to 100%, your daily drawdown now is going to be plus 2%, and also your maximum daily drawdown is gonna be plus 2%, giving you a lot more room for errors. You're still gonna have the opportunity to request a payout on demand, your monthly salary can get to up to $5,000, you're gonna receive 2 free accounts in case you fail, and at this level you're also gonna receive a personal rep. So, as I told you before, if you can prove to be a profitable trader long term, FundedTraderMarkets give you a lot of perks that you can take advantage of. So, now that I give you an overview of FundedTraderMarkets, let me show you what type of challenges they offer. So, currently they have 1-step evaluation, 2-step evaluation, and instant funding. And 4 characteristics that all these type of challenge have in common are the fact that the maximum leverage is 1 to 100. You're allowed to hold trades over the weekend and also overnight. News trading is allowed, and all these challenges are swap free. More specifically, when it comes to news trading, you don't have any limitation in this regard, so this means that you can also trade red folder news event. The only thing that they told you is that you need to be aware that during this period of high volatility, you might incur into slippage or widened spread, and so you need to take this into consideration. But when it comes to this prop firm, they don't have any rules that prohibit you from trading the news. Now, going back to the challenges, as you can see, when it comes to 1-step evaluation, they offer Nitro and Nitro Pro. The main difference between these 2 challenges is the percentages of your maximum overall drawdown and your maximum daily drawdown. In fact, if you go with a Nitro challenge, you're gonna have a maximum overall drawdown minus 6% and a maximum daily drawdown of 4%. Instead, if you decide to go with a Nitro Pro, as you can see, your maximum overall drawdown is going to be 3%, while your maximum daily drawdown is only going to be 2%. So your room for error is less, but at the same time also the price of the challenge is significantly lower. Also, as you can see here, the profit split is up to 100%. In fact, FundedTraderMarkets allow you to get a profit split of 100% for the first $10,000 that you request in payouts, which of course is something really positive. Also, as you can see here, there is a consistency rule both for the evaluation phase and also for the simulated funded account. Now let me explain you how the consistency rule works. So, as you can see here, when it comes to the consistency rule, there are three main numbers that you need to remember, which are 50%, 45%, and 20%. In fact, when it comes to the challenge phase, your consistency rule is 50%, while once you are funded, the consistency rule goes down to 45%, while when it comes to instant funding account, both standard and pro, the consistency rule is 20%. In case you don't know what is a consistency rule, it basically means that the profits that you make in one single day shouldn't surpass that percentage of your overall profits. So I'll give you an example. Let's say that your target profit is $1,000 and the consistency rule is 50%. This means that you cannot have a single day where your profit exceeds $500, which is the 50% of $1,000. In case you have a day where the profits are more than the threshold of your consistency rule, you have not failed the challenge, but your profit target is simply going to adjust. Let me give you an example. Your profit target is $1,000. You have a day where you profit $600. At this point, your profit target is simply going to be moved from $1,000 to $1,500. Why? Because $600 is the 50% of $1,200. So, going back to the challenges, when it comes to two-step evaluation, also in this case, you have two different options. You have two-step speed and two-step standard. The main difference between these two challenges is your target for phase 1 and your maximum overall drawdown. In fact, when it comes to two-step speed, your target for phase 1 is only 8%, but at the same time, also your maximum overall drawdown is 8%. Instead, for a two-step standard, as you can see, your target for phase 1 is 10%, while your maximum overall drawdown is 10%. Instead, when it comes to the target for phase 2 and your maximum daily drawdown, they are the same for both challenges. Also in this case, the profit split is up to 100% for your first $10,000, and as I showed before, also for two-step evaluation, you have to follow the consistency rule. And lastly, we have instant funding challenges. Also in this case, we have two different options, standard and pro, and personally I think that when it comes to the pro challenges, the 5K challenge is probably one of the best instant funding challenges when it comes to value for your money. In fact, for just $49, you can get a 5K challenge without a maximum daily drawdown, which by itself is pretty rare. The only thing that could be improved a bit about this challenge is the fact that the maximum overall drawdown is only 3%, but for the amount of money that you're paying for this challenge, I think that this is more than enough. While when it comes to the standard challenge, as you can see, the maximum overall drawdown is 5%, while the maximum daily drawdown is 3%. In this case, a 5K challenge is slightly more expensive, but at $69, I think that is priced really well. Another difference that you might have noticed between this challenge and the one-step and two-step is the profit split. In fact, when it comes to instant funding challenges, the profit split only reach up to 80%. So, now that I give you an overview of the three types of challenges that they offer, I also would like to show you a few more rules connected to the challenges that are not written here, but that I think are really important. So first, let's talk about the trading practices that are not allowed at FundedTraderMarkets. As you can see from the list, they are pretty standard. In fact, the rules of this prop firm are similar to the rules of most other prop firms, but there are a few nuances that I've noticed and that I would like to point out so that you are aware of them. The first one is that high-frequency trading is not allowed. And more specifically, as you can see here, they categorize high-frequency trading if 20% of your trade have been open and closed within 1 minute. So even if you're somebody that simply scalp manually without using any expert advisor, if your average holding time is less than 1 minute, you may have some problem with this rule. But it's also important to notice that if you exceed this 20% threshold, you will not incur in an account breach, but the profit generated by these trades won't be counted. Next, we have the use of trade copier. In fact, as you can see here, FundedTraderMarkets doesn't have any problem with you copying trading either between accounts on different prop firms or between the various accounts that you have with them. The only problem that they have is when you copy trades from other traders, or when inside funded market traders you copy trades between evaluation account or simulated account. They don't like this. You either copy between only simulated account or you only copy between all evaluation account. You cannot mix the two. Instead, when it comes to trading bot, most of them are allowed and they don't have problems, but there are certain type of bots that are restricted, and here you can see a list of them, like for example high frequency trading bot, new scalping bots, bots designed to explode demo server, multi-account reverse trading bot, and so forth and so on. Again, this is pretty standard, but as I told you before, I would like to point it out so you have a complete picture of the rules of this proffer. And lastly, we have the rules about hedging. I was really surprised reading this page because usually most proffers don't allow you to hedge, but in the case of FundedTraderMarkets, as you can see, you can hedge, but the hedging must be done in the same account. In fact, even if you hedge on two different accounts, but with the same proffer, in this case, the account will be breached. You can only hedge inside the same account. In fact, as you can see here, in case you hedge on account 1 and account 1, this is allowed, but hedging on account 1 and account 2, in this case, this is not allowed. So now that I give you a complete overview of FundedTraderMarkets, I show you the type of challenge that they offer and what are the rules that you need to follow, let me log in into my account and let me show you the backend. So I'm currently inside my account, and as soon as you log in, the first thing that you're gonna see is your account overview. In my case, as you can see, I have a $25,000 two-step challenge which is currently active with MatchTrader, and later on I will actually log in into this account to show you all the assets that you can trade and what are the spreads that you can expect to get. Beside that, as you can see, you have the option to request a payout, you can see all your billing, you can get access to your contract, you can do your verification, and this is important. In fact, you are able to purchase a challenge without verification, but when it comes to request a payout, you're gonna need to verify your identity. Don't worry, because the process is really straightforward, but in case you should have any problem, the customer service at FundedTraderMarkets is really responsive and they're gonna help you solve the issue. Then you have the opportunity to request your certificates. In fact, as you request your payouts, you're going to be able to request a certificate that you can share on social media, or as some traders do, print and then put it on your wall. Below it, you have the opportunity to look at the economic calendar. Again, this function is pretty standard, but I like the fact that in my backend, I have access to all the upcoming news, and they're also divided by the type of impact that they have and by which country is going to be impacted the most. Below it, you have the opportunity to download the various trading platforms that FundedTraderMarkets support. In this case, as you can see, we have Platform 5, CTrader, MatchTrader, and TradeLocker. As I told you before, Platform 5 and CTrader are not available for traders located in the United States, while MatchTrader and TradeLocker don't have this type of restriction. Then you have the Help Center that, as I was telling you, in case you need help, you can use it to look for an answer or contact the support. And then you have the setting where you can adjust all the information related to your account. So now that I give you an overview of the backends of FundedTraderMarkets, I'm going to log in into my account and show you the assets and the spread that you're going to get. In case you just purchase your account with them, to log in into your account is really easy. First of all, you need to select the same platform that you selected at checkout. In my case, it was MatchTrader, so I'm gonna click here on Launch Platform, and MatchTrader is going to open in a new window. Then coming here on Account Overview, clicking on this key symbol, a pop-up is going to open showing all the information that I need to log in into the platform. Also, this same info are also going to be sent to your email address, so there is basically no way for you to lose the credential to access your account. So as you can see, I'm currently inside my MatchTrader account that I have with FundedTraderMarkets. This is the phase 1 demo account and the balance is $25,000. Here on the left, I have a list of all my favorite instruments to trade, but if I want to see all the instruments that FundedTraderMarkets allow me to trade, I just need to click here where it says all symbols. I have a list of all the symbols that I can trade with FundedTraderMarkets. Now, for commodities and Forex, the commission that I'm going to pay is $7 per lot trader round trip. So this means that I'm going to pay $3.50 when opening a trade and $3.50 when closing it. While for indices and crypto, the commissions are $0. Now, if I click on this arrow, as you can see, I can open the list and I can see all the instruments that are inside each category. So for example, when it comes to indices, I have JER 40, Japan 225, UK 100, US 100, US 30, and US 500. When it comes to Forex, as you can see, I have all the majors and a few minors that I can trade. Then when it comes to crypto, I only have a small amount of them, basically only the biggest one. And then when it comes to the commodities, I have silver, gold, and oil. Now, when it comes to the spread, personally, I think that these spreads are relatively good. They're probably not the best in the world, but they're definitely not even the worst. I think that these spreads are more than acceptable and should allow you to trade profitably. Like for example, let's pick gold. The difference between the bid and the ask is pretty small, considering also that this is a 1 minute chart. If you go, for example, let's look at some forex pairs. As you can see, these are all single digit spread. So overall, I would say that the trading conditions that FundedTraderMarkets offer are really good and you shouldn't have any problem. Also considering that on average you cannot hold trades for less than a minute, and so all your technical analysis and all the type of trades that you do should have a medium to long term horizon. So even if the spreads are not the tightest, they shouldn't affect too much your results. So, now that I give you an overview of this prop firm, I show you what type of challenges they offer and what are the rules that you need to follow. I log in my account to show you the backend and also give you an idea of the assets that you can trade and the spreads that you're going to get. Let me tell you what in my opinion are all the pros and cons about using FundedTraderMarkets. So, when it comes to the pro, the first one in my opinion is that this prop firm is pretty affordable. In fact, as we saw before, you can get a $5,000 instant funding challenge for as low as $49. Not only that, as I told at the beginning, if you use the coupon code that you find in the video description, you can get up to a 60% discount on the challenges that you purchase. The second pro of this prop firm is the fact that they offer you multiple trading platforms. In fact, you can pick between CTrader, MatchTrader, TradeLocker, and Platform 5. And this is quite rare when it comes to prop firm. In fact, most of them usually offer you 1 or 2 or maybe 3 platforms, but in the case of FundedTraderMarkets, they have 4. And the good thing is that no matter where you are located in the world, at least one of these platforms is going to allow people from your country to use it. The third pro, in my opinion, are the payouts. In fact, as I show you, not only FundedTraderMarkets give you payouts in 24 hours, but they actually guarantee it, and if they're not able to meet this expectation, they're gonna double it. Additionally, they also offer payouts on demand, so this means that every time you are eligible to ask for a payout, you can do it and you don't need to wait a set amount of days. And lastly, the fourth pro of this prop firm, in my opinion, is the scaling plan. In fact, as you've seen, if you can prove that you are a profitable trader, not only you're gonna be able to scale your capital allocation, but you're also gonna have the opportunity to receive a monthly salary up to $5,000, giving you the opportunity to focus completely on trading without having to think if your bills or your rent are gonna get paid this month. Now let's talk about the cons of this prop firm. So, in my opinion, the only cons about FundedTraderMarkets is the fact that this prop firm is not made for scalpers. In fact, if you hold trades for less than a minute, they're gonna get marked as high frequency trading and the profit that you generate are not gonna get counted. So if you're somebody that usually hold trades for, let's say, 50 seconds, 30 seconds, 40 seconds, this is not the prop firm for you, no matter if you do it manually or using an expert advisor. Unfortunately, FundedTraderMarkets prefer to have traders that have more of a medium to long-term approach to how they manage their trades. So there you have it. This was my review of FundedTraderMarkets. As I told at the beginning, if you also would like to try this prop firm, you can do so by clicking the first link in the video description and using the coupon code that you find there. Following those steps will guarantee that you purchase a challenge at the best possible price. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like, and until next time, happy trades!